Now before moving on to the next problem, now see here sir, till now whatever we have solved till now, from the last few problems we are discussing this variety. I will once again write the note. Although we have discussed this variety of problem from the last few questions, but still once again I would like to solve or write this particular note, and from this whatever I write right now, I want to extend it for my next upcoming problems. Now what is that we have learnt till now? Suppose if x plus 1 by x, if x plus 1 by x value is known to us as k. For example, if at all we know the value of x plus 1 by x as some constant k, then we can easily find x square plus 1 by x square value, which we already know it is k square minus 2. We can also find another thing from the last few problems we are solving this. If we know x plus 1 by x as k, then x minus 1 by x can be easily found out as plus or minus square root of k square and 4. But what is that and should be either plus and plus 4 or minus 4 here, because this if condition is having plus here, or I can say the other way, because then condition is having minus here, because it is minus here also it will be minus. Don't get confused. Similarly one more condition what we learnt is, if x minus 1 by x is equal to k, if x minus 1 by x is equal to k, then if I want to find the reverse, x plus 1 by x if I want to find, then this is plus or minus square root of k square, and because it is plus in the then condition, it is k square plus 4. Now if you observe this carefully, whatever I have written till now, if you observe very carefully, now what I have done here in these two conditions is, very carefully if you observe, the coefficient of x is how much in this case? The coefficient of x is 1. Similarly the coefficient of 1 by x is how much? The coefficient of 1 by x is also 1. But what if the coefficient of x and 1 by x are not equal to 1, but they are equal to some other different value or some other different values? That means coefficient of x and 1 by x, let it be same other than 1. Let the coefficient of x and 1 by x be 2. Let the coefficient of x and 1 by x be 7, something like that. Or let the coefficient of x be 5, but the coefficient of 1 by x is not equal to 5. It is some other constant like 9 for example. How can we solve that problem? Now see here, I am discussing this variety. If x plus 1 by x is equal to k, then we easily know how to find x minus 1 by x value, right? This is nothing but equal to plus or minus square root of k square minus 4. But I am not teaching you the same thing again, but I am interested in teaching you, instead of having coefficient of x as 1 and instead of having coefficient of 1 by x also as 1, let my coefficient of x be a and 1 by x coefficient let it be b. Similarly coefficient of x here also be a and 1 by x let it be b, and similarly the final result is plus or minus square root of k square minus 4. But when the coefficient of x and 1 by x are not equal to 1 but they are equal to a and b, this same k square minus 4 becomes k square minus 4ab, right? K square minus 4ab. And the vice versa is also true. If ax minus b by x is equal to k, then I can find the reverse, that is nothing but ax plus 1 by x, and it is once again very simple, plus or minus square root of what we know is k square minus 4. But this k square minus 4 is when the coefficient of x and 1 by x are equal to 1. Whenever in any question, if the coefficients are not equal to 1, then you should just multiply this 4 with the coefficient of x, that is a, and the coefficient of 1 by x, that is b. I hope the idea is very clear. If you want the proof also, the proof is also very simple sir, it's not at all difficult. Now we know that m minus n whole square. Instead of writing a minus b whole square and getting confused with the same variables a and b, so I am using some other variables. M minus n whole square can be easily written as it is m plus n whole square minus 4 into m into n, right? This is something which we discussed already. Instead of m, I will put it as ax. Instead of n, I will put it as b by x. So this becomes ax minus b by x whole square. Ax minus b by x whole square is nothing but it is ax plus b by x the whole square. Ax plus b by x the whole square. Let me write it. Ax plus b by x the whole square minus 4 times of m value is nothing but ax, n value is nothing but b by x. So x will cancel out and you will be left with minus 4ab. But I don't want square term in the left hand side. So ax minus b by x can be written as, take the square root on both sides, it becomes plus or minus square root of ax plus b by x. I will call it as k, right? It becomes k square minus 4ab, right? Minus 4ab. One of the thing I proved it out of two conditions. The other one is exact the opposite thing, sir. I don't want you to keep on wasting time by just proving the things. Let us solve some beautiful varieties of questions in whatever we are going to discuss in the next few minutes of our class. I hope this condition, this particular condition and this condition is very clear. It is quite similar to the previous cases. Only difference is instead of putting x and 1 by x coefficients as 1, like the way we solved our previous questions, here the coefficients are not equal to 1 but some other constants, right? Now see here, let us see the questions. You will understand it much better. Now please see question number 31. Please see question number, sorry, not 31 sir, 51. Question number 51. If 3m minus 1 divided by 4m is equal to 6, then 4m plus 1 divided by 3m is equal to how much? Now see here, what is that they are asking you in the question? First of all, in the question they are asking you 4m plus 1 by 3m. That means if I know the value of 4m minus 1 by 3m, if I know the value of 4m minus 1 by 3m as some constant k, then 4m plus 1 by 3m finding the value is never a difficult task. But in the question they are not giving you 4m minus 1 by 3m value, they are instead giving you 3m minus 1 by 4m value. This value is given in the question as 6, but the question actually require, what we actually require is not 3m minus 1 by 4m, but what we actually require is 4m minus 1 by 3m value we need. So that means for m the coefficient should be 4. So multiply the entire left hand side by 4. If you are multiplying the left hand side by 4, right hand side also multiply by 4. And the another thing is the coefficient of m should only be 4. This 3 should not be there. If I want to cancel that 3, then divide by 3. Left hand side if you divide by 3, right hand side also divide it by 3. That means left hand side becomes 4 by 3 into 3. It is 4m. It is 4m minus 4 by 3 into 1 by 4m. It is 1 by 3m. Right hand side is 3 into 1, 3 into 2. 4 into 2 is 8. I know the value of 4m minus 1 by 3m as 8. Whenever I know the value of 4m minus 1 by 3m, finding out 4m plus 1 by 3m is never a difficult task. It is plus or minus square root of. Why am I not writing plus or minus? Because the answer options are anyway not having minus sign, so I will ignore that negative sign. Square root of k square minus 4. K square is nothing but 8 square. It is 64 minus 4. But if you just stop at minus 4, you are making a mistake, because the coefficient of m and 1 by m are not equal to 1. You should multiply this 4 with coefficient of m, which is nothing but 4, and you should also multiply with coefficient of 1 by m, which is nothing but 3. That means answer is square root of plus or minus square root of. sorry, coefficient of 1 by m is not 3, sir. I did a mistake here. Coefficient of 1 by m is 1 by 3, right? Coefficient of 1 by m is 1 by 3. So this will be finally reducing to plus or minus square root of 64 minus 16 divided by 3, right? 64 minus 16 divided by 3. 1 minute, sir. I think I am making a small mistake here. So that mistake is, once again, if I know the value of, okay, so this is what the mistake I made it here also. I am so sorry for this. This mistake I made it here also. Let me eliminate that mistake. I think I made it here also. Yes. No, I have done it properly here. If it is minus here, then here also it is minus. If it is plus here, here also it should be plus, right? This is the mistake I made, right? This is the mistake I made. Similarly, let us come to the problem. Do not worry, sir. These are all small mistakes. I think that, I hope that you will not make those mistakes what I did here. Now, I want to find 4m plus 1 by 3m. That means inside the square root also, because the then condition is having plus. Inside the square root also it should be plus. That means square root of 64 plus 16 by 3. 64 into 3. If I take the LCM, let me write it here, sir. Let me write it here. LCM is 3. So if I take that 3, 64 into 3 is 192 plus 16. It is 208. Square root of 208 whole divided by 3, but this can further be simplified. First thing you should understand is I will get square root of 3 in the denominator. So option A cannot be the right answer, option C cannot be the right answer. Either it should be option B or option D. Now option B has 4 outside the square root. If I bring inside, it becomes a square root of 16 into 13. Square root of 16 into 13 is nothing but 208. So you can mark that option. Fourth option can be eliminated. I hope the idea is clear. Very simple, sir. They are just changing it like this in the if condition so that you will get confused. But please make sure that you will change the given condition according to what is being asked in the question. Because the question is asking 4m plus 1 by 3m. If you know 4m minus 1 by 3m, it becomes dead easy for you to solve it. So make that if condition, look into the format of 4m minus 1 by 3m by doing all the required adjustments. I hope the idea is very clear for you people, sir. Next question. Question number 52. These all things are very easy once you start understanding the logics of solving these questions. The question says, if 2m square minus 4 root 10m plus 7 equal to 0, then find the value of 2m by 7 minus 1 by 7. Now see here, first of all I want the coefficient of m square to be 1. So divide this entire equation by 2 on the left and right hand side. So if I divide 2m square by 2 is m square, 4 by 2 is 2, it becomes 2 root 10 into m plus 7 by 2 equal to 0, right? Plus 7 by 2 equal to 0. Now, can I say that? Can I say from this saying that because this quadratic equation is given, I can directly write it as, because the constant is having plus sign, it is m plus 7 by 2x, right? I hope you are understanding the logic. It is m plus 7 by 2x, or sorry, not x, it is m in this question. It is m plus 7 by 2m is equal to this constant which is there on the right hand side minus 2 root 10, sorry, not constant, the coefficient of m shifted to the right hand side, it becomes plus 2 root 10. I hope this is very clear for you, sir. Without any hesitation, this should be very clear for you people, right? Now if you observe the question, question require the coefficient of m to be 2 by 7, but here the coefficient of m is 1, so multiply the entire left hand side by 2 by 7. Sir, honestly speaking, you don't need to do all these things. You actually don't need to do all these things. Sorry sir, this m should be there in the denominator, right? This m should be there in the denominator. It is m plus 1 by m, right? So that means m plus 7 by 2m, m plus plus 7 by 2m. You don't need to write all these things in the examination. I am writing it because I want you people to understand. But you can skip writing the entire equation, just multiplying 2 by 7, 2 by 7. All these things should be avoided in the exam. It is not that it can be avoided. It should be avoided for mandatorily, right? Mandatorily you should avoid all these extra intermediate steps. I am writing it for your explanation purpose. So I can write this equation as 2 by 7 into m. It becomes 2 by 7m plus 2 by 7 into 7 by 2. It is nothing but 1 by m, right? It is 1 by m. Right hand side is equal to 2 into 2, 4. It is 4 by 7 times of root 10, right? 4 by 7 times of root 10. Now, can I say that I know the value of 2m, 2 by 7m plus 1 by m. This value I know it. Because I know plus value, the other value which is asked in the question is minus in between. That's the only difference. Or in simple language, if I call 2 by 7 times of m as x and 1 by m if I call it as 1 by x, if I call it as 2 by 7 m as x and this is 1 by x, x plus 1 by x is known to me and I want to find x minus 1 by x. It is very, very simple. From this particular equation, I can easily say that 2 by 7m minus 1 by 7 can be easily written as plus or minus square root of k square minus 4ab. K square is nothing but 4 by 7 root 10 whole square. That means it is nothing but 16 divided by 49. Root 10 whole square is multiply this 16 by 10. 160 minus 49 minus 4ab. 4 into a value is nothing but coefficient of m, which is 2 by 7. B value is nothing but coefficient of 1 by m, which is nothing but 1. So let me write it in the next screen. So let me write the same answer once again. 160 divided by 49 under the square root minus 4 into 2 by 7 is, it is nothing but 8 by 7, right? It is nothing but 8 by 7. But the LCM of 49 and 7 is 49. That means let me make the common denominator in both the case. This is 49. This also should become 49. Multiply by 7. Multiply by 7. So the common denominator is 49 right now. Square root of 49 is 7. That means the denominator should have 7. The denominator should have 7. But all the 4 options are having denominators as 7. So I cannot stop at this point. Numerator is nothing but square root of 160 minus 56. It is 104. Final answer for this question is square root of 104 by 7, which is option C. And trust me sir, this hardly take 10 seconds. Why did I take 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes? Just because I want to teach you. That's all, nothing else. That is the only reason why I am teaching or probably dragging explanation and making sure that you people understand it in a better way. But you don't need to write all these extra steps in your examination and waste your time. You should be so fast enough to write in whatever the steps which are required, and you should also be so fast enough to understand and realize what not to write it in the examination hall. I hope the idea is clear, sir. Question number 53. Question number 53. Now observe carefully, sir. Question says 3q plus 2 by q is equal to 7. That is the given condition. Finding condition is 9q square minus 4 by q square is equal to how much? 9q square can be written as 3q whole square minus 4 by q square can be written as 2 by q whole square, right? 2 by q whole square. Now, can I say that this is something of the form x square minus y square? It is nothing but x plus y. That means 3q plus 2 by q into x minus y, 3q minus 2 by q. This is what basically they are asking you to find. But there are 2 terms in whatever I need to find. Out of those 2 terms, the beautiful advantage in this question is The first term value is given in the question as 7. 3q plus 2 by q value is given in the question as 7. This is already known to me. And the second term, whenever I know the value of 3q plus 2 by q, x plus 1 by x value is known to me. I can easily find x minus 1 by x value. It is plus or minus square root of k square minus 4ab. K value is 7. 7 square minus 4 into a value is nothing but 3. 4 into 3 is 12. B value is nothing but 2. 12 into 2 is 24. That means square root of 49 minus 24. Square root of 25. Square root of 25 is nothing but 5. 7 multiplied by 5. Answer for this question is how much? It is 35. Now see here, sir. Little simple. Little logical sense if you apply, you don't even have to do these two extra additional steps in your examination. You don't even have to do. You don't even have to write square root of k square minus 4ab, all those things. You don't even have to calculate it as square root of 49 minus 24, and you actually don't even have to multiply 7 and 5 and get the final answer as 35. Yes, I know that final answer is 35 because I solved the entire thing completely. It is not a mistake. I am not saying that that's a mistake whatever we have done. It is absolutely 100% correct. But I want you people to think little logically. Now see here, sir. Whatever I solved is method 1. Method 2 is also very quite similar to method 1 itself. But you can, if you are a logical thinker, you can get the answer little fast. Now, what is that we need to find? 3q whole square minus 2 by q whole square. That we understood it as x square minus y square, x minus y into x plus y. That means we came to know that we need to find 3q plus 2 by q into 3q minus 2 by q value we need to find, right? But 3q plus 2 by q, this value is given in the question as 7, and 3q minus 2 by q, in our method 1 we applied it as k square minus 4ab under the square root, and we got the answer finally. Happy. But think logically, sir. You don't need to find this value. Why? Because this is 7. First number is 7. That means the second number you are multiplying by some value. It is 5. We came to know that 3q minus 2 by q is 5 from method 1. I am not saying that we will not come to know that, but I am saying that you don't need to come to know, because 7 multiplied by anything, that means answer should be a multiple of 7. Answer should be a multiple of 7. If you observe the first option is 25. 25 is not a multiple of 7, so you can directly rule it off. Directly first option is ruled out. Fourth option is 30. 30 is not a multiple of 7, ruled out. Answer should be either 35 or answer should be 49. Now think little logically, sir. Think little logically. First number we got it as 7. We came to know from the question as 7. Suppose assume that the third option is there. Third option is 49. This 49 is 7 is already given in the question. 3q minus 2 by q is what we are interested in finding, right? That means 7 multiplied by something should give you 49. 7 into which number is 49? 7 into 7 only is 49. That means 3q plus 2 by q is 7. That is known from the question. If I choose the third option as 49, then 3q minus 2 by q also will become 7 only. That means think logically. The sum of two numbers is 7. The difference of same two numbers, can it be 7? No, it cannot be 7, sir. The sum of two numbers, if it is 7, the difference of the same two numbers cannot be 7. So option C is also ruled out. The only option other than the three options which I eliminated, which are not multiples of 7, The only option which is satisfying right now out of the given options is it is 35. That means answer for this question can be so beautifully solved without even having putting the pen on the paper. Without even having putting the pen on the paper, I am saying it to you, sir, because looking into the question only you will realize that 9q square is nothing but 3q whole square, 4 by q square is nothing but 2q whole square. It is 3q plus 2q into 3q, 2 by q minus into 3q minus 2 by q. This is 7 into something. You should directly within a second get into a conclusion that it is a multiple of 7 answer. But having said that, two options are there, but eliminated one option 49 because 49 is 7 multiplied by the same number 7. If I make it as same number 7, that means the sum of two numbers 3q and 2 by q is 7. The difference of two numbers also, will it be 7? No. The sum of two numbers and the difference of two numbers cannot be equal to the same value 7 in this case. So answer cannot be 149 also. The only option left out is 35. This is how you need to think, sir. Trust me, take my words. You will think that how much time will it take to solve all these things? Hardly another 5 to 10 seconds extra. You might think that, my God, for another extra 5 seconds or 10 seconds, why is this person saying it so many times not to use all these extra steps in the examination hall? Only 5 to 10 seconds, right? Will it matter too much? Yes, it will matter the most. I am talking about that saving of 5 or 10 seconds extra in only this particular question. Like the way if you are little smart, if your smartness is more powerful than your formula based learning, then you will save even more lot of time in every problem, and you will end up having so much of time accumulated for some of the difficult questions. What you might think, please utilize that particular timing for those difficult questions. And I am telling you, sir, these things will help you tremendously in cracking aptitude examination paper.